How do you perform variance analysis for construction projects? Imagine you're in charge of a big construction project. You have a plan, a budget, and a schedule. But how do you know if everything is going as expected? That's where variance analysis comes in. It's like a health check for your project, helping you spot problems early and fix them before they grow. First, you start by setting a clear baseline plan. This means writing down exactly what you expect to spend, how long each part should take, and what resources you need. Think of it as your project's blueprint for success. Without this, it's hard to tell if things are off track later on. Next, you gather actual data from the site. This includes what you've spent so far, how much work has been completed, and how many resources, like labor hours and materials, you've used. Be precise here. For example, if you plan to use 10,000 pounds of steel, note exactly how much you actually used. If it's more or less, that's important to know. Now compare your actual data to the baseline. This comparison shows you the variances. For costs, you look at the difference between the value of work completed and what you've spent. If you earned $50,000 worth of work but spent $55,000, you have a negative cost variance. That means you're overspending. For schedules, compare the planned progress with what you've actually achieved. If you plan to finish 50% of the project by now but only completed 40%, you have a schedule variance. You also check resource usage. If you plan to use 1,000 labor hours but used 1,200, that's a resource variance. And if the scope changes, like adding extra work or removing some tasks, that's a scope variance. These differences tell you where things are going off course. Once you identify variances, it's time to find out why. Maybe materials cost more than expected, or maybe productivity dropped because of bad weather. Or perhaps scope was expanded without adjusting the budget. Understanding the cause helps you decide what to do next. Then you take action. If costs are too high, you might negotiate better prices, improve work methods, or reallocate resources. If the schedule is slipping, you could add more workers or work longer hours. The goal is to bring the project back on track as smoothly as possible. Finally, keep monitoring. Variance analysis isn't a one-time task. Do it regularly, maybe every week or month. This way, you catch problems early and avoid surprises at the end. It also helps you learn from each project, improving your estimating and planning skills for future work. In a construction career, mastering variance analysis helps you control budgets, keep projects on schedule, and communicate clearly with clients and team members. It's a simple but powerful tool to make sure your project finishes on time, within budget, and to the right quality standards.